Certain dietary supplements are known to help reduce the risk of cancer or support the body during cancer therapy. Supplements can contain herbal extracts or vitamins and minerals. There is a large number available, so some people may find it challenging to know where to begin. Folks looking into vitamins and supplements while preventing or dealing with cancer should totally ask their doc first. Some of these natural products can mess with other meds or cause issues. Makes sense to get all clear before diving in. This vid covers supplements that fend off cancer or help bounce back during treatment. You will discover about potential risks too, and gotta consider the whole picture when figuring out what may work best for each person's situation. Ain't no one-size-fits-all solutions here. But info is power when making these choices, and have to know that Big Pharma won't tell you these simple but powerful hacks. 11. Omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s, we've all heard about their supposed health benefits. These healthy fats that are found naturally in foods like salmon, nuts, and plant oils have been linked to lower risks for things like heart disease and maybe even cancer. But the evidence seems kind of mixed. Some research from 2015 suggested omega-3s could potentially help prevent breast cancer thanks to their anti-inflammatory properties. But then this big clinical trial from 2019 with over 25,000 people found no reduced cancer risk for those popping fish oil pills versus a placebo, and the supplements didn't make a difference for breast, colon, or prostate cancer specifically either. So what does this mean? I ain't throwing out my salmon just yet. Omega-3s still seem healthy. But we maybe got a little ahead of ourselves, thinking there'll be some miracle cure. Dietary supplements with omega-3 fatty acids are everywhere these days. Your local health food store, the pharmacy section at the grocery store, and all over the internet. You can get them in different forms like fish oil, krill oil, algal oil for vegetarians, and even just straight up cod liver oil. The Office of Dietary Supplements suggests healthy adults should aim for around 1 to 1.5 grams of omega-3 every day. But before you start popping fish oil pills like candy, talk to your doctor first, and these supplements can mess with some common medications. And more isn't necessarily better when it comes to omega-3s. Taking too much can actually cause some health problems. 10. Broccoli. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a natural chemical that researchers think fights cancer cells. One lab study said it killed up to 75% of breast cancer cells. Another study with mice found it shrank prostate tumors by over half. So maybe it really messes up cancer, and some research links eating extra broccoli and veggies like it to less colon and rectal cancer. This analysis of 35 studies showed people who ate more had lower chances of getting those cancers. Having broccoli 2 or 3 times a week might help hold off cancer. But that's based on lab tests, animal research, and observing people's diets. There's no hard proof broccoli stops cancer in humans. We need more direct studies on real people to know for sure. For now, though it couldn't hurt to get some with dinner once in a while. Worst case, you're eating your veggies. 9. Carrots. Studies show that eating more carrots may help reduce the risk of some cancers. For instance, one analysis of 5 studies found that eating carrots could lower stomach cancer risk by up to 26%. And another review determined that a high carrot intake was linked to an 18% lower chance of getting prostate cancer. One 1986 study looked at the diets of 1,266 people with and without lung cancer. It found that current smokers who didn't eat carrots were 3 times more likely to develop lung cancer versus those who ate carrots more than once a week. You could try working carrots into your diet as a healthy snack or side a couple times a week to potentially lower your cancer risk. But these studies only show a connection between eating carrots and cancer, not that one necessarily causes the other. Other factors likely also play a role. 8. Beans. Beans can be really good for you. Some studies have shown they might help stop you from getting colorectal cancer. Scientists think it's cause of all the fiber, and this one study from 2006 followed almost 2,000 people who already had tumors there and found the ones eating more cooked dried beans were less likely to have their tumors come back. And this experiment on rats from 2002 showed feeding them black or navy beans blocked up to 75% of their cancer cells when they tried to give them cancer later on purpose. So maybe if people start eating beans more often, like a few times a week at least, we'd have less cancer. The fiber fills you up. But honestly, there haven't been enough real studies in humans to know for sure yet. More research is definitely needed to figure out if beans actually prevent cancer or they just happen to go together, because the studies so far only show they might be connected, not 100% that one causes the other. 7. Berries. Berries have pigments called anthocyanins that can fight inflammation in your body. Some early research shows they might help prevent cancer too. In one tiny study of 25 people who already had colon cancer, eating bilberry extract made their tumors grow 7% less over 7 days. Another small test showed black raspberry powder helped lower levels of some markers linked to oral cancer getting worse. There's also some research in rats showing berry extracts stopped cancer, and like one test in 2001, saw giving freeze-dried black raspberries to rats cut esophageal tumors by over half and reduced the number of tumors by 62%. Similarly, another rat study in 2006 showed some compounds in berries inhibited several biological signs of cancer. So including a serving or two of berries in your diet every day might help stop you from getting cancer. But keep in mind, these are mostly animal and observational studies using concentrated doses of berries, not whole berries that humans eat. More research in people is still needed. 6. Cinnamon. We all know cinnamon's got some health perks. It can help lower blood sugar and tamp down inflammation. One 2010 lab animal study saw that cinnamon extract made fewer cancer cells multiply and killed off more of them. And add another test tube trial found that cinnamon essential oil stopped head and neck cancer cells from going gangbusters and seriously shrunk tumors down. So packing away around 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon, 2 to 4 grams, of cinnamon into your diet daily could be good for blocking cancer and offer other assists like lower blood sugar and less inflammation too. 5. Nuts. Studies show that eating nuts could lower the risk of some cancers, which is pretty interesting. One study from 2015 looked at around 20,000 people's diets and found that those who ate more nuts had lower chances of dying from cancer. And another review combining 30,000 plus people over 30 years also found less colorectal, pancreatic, and endometrial cancer for nut eaters. Specific nuts seem to help too. Brazil nuts have selenium, which might guard against lung cancer for folks low in selenium. One animal study in 2014 showed feeding mice walnuts slowed breast cancer cell growth by 80% and reduced tumors by 60%. So overall, adding some nuts to your daily diet may cut your future cancer risk, the research indicates. 4. Olive oil. Olive oil rocks. It's chock full of so much good stuff that helps your body. No wonder it's a big deal in the Mediterranean diet. Researchers have done a bunch of studies showing that if you use olive oil more, you're less likely to get some kinds of cancer, which is pretty sweet. One review back in 2011 looked at 19 studies and found that people eating the most olive oil had lower risks of breast cancer and cancers in their digestive system compared to peeps eating the least, and another study from 2000 checked out cancer rates in 28 countries and saw that places using olive oil more had lower rates of colon cancer. Pretty simple way to up your olive oil is just to use it instead of other oils when you're making food. Drizzle it on salads or cooked veggies. Use it to marinate meat, fish, chicken. Options are endless. 3. Turmeric. Turmeric's kind of a big deal in the world of spices. That vibrant yellow color comes packed with curcumin, the compound that makes this powder so good for you. Studies show curcumin can be anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and maybe even cancer-fighting. Get this. A 2011 trial had 44 people with precancerous colon growths take 4 grams of curcumin every day for a month. By the end, the number of lesions decreased by 40%. Now that's something. Other test tube research found it could slow the spread of colon cancer cells, specifically by messing with some enzyme. And the same goes for head, neck, prostate, lung, and breast cancer cells, at least in the lab. Just 1 to 3 teaspoons of turmeric powder each day is enough. Pair it with black pepper too. That helps your body absorb all the good stuff. Sprinkle it in dishes for the flavor and health boost. 2. Citrus fruits. Eating things like lemons, limes, grapefruits, and oranges may help lower your risk of getting cancer. One big study back in 2010 showed that people who ate a lot of citrus fruits were less likely to get digestive system or throat cancers. Another review looking at 9 studies in 2009 found that the more citrus someone eats, the lower their chance of pancreatic cancer. And one more review of 14 studies in 2008 said that if you eat citrus fruits at least 3 times a week, you're 28% less likely to get stomach cancer. So it seems like trying to work some citrus fruits into your meals a few times a week could help bring down your chances of getting certain cancers. 1. Garlic. Garlic contains a compound called allicin that has shown it can eliminate cancer cells in lab studies. Several research projects have connected eating more garlic to getting certain kinds of cancer less. And one review from 2011, looking at 543,220 people, discovered that those who tended to eat more vegetables like garlic, onions, leeks, and shallots were less likely to get stomach cancer compared to folks who didn't eat many. Another study in 2002 of 471 men showed that the men who tended to eat more garlic had lower chances of prostate cancer. There was also a 2007 study showing that people who ate a lot of fruit and vegetables like garlic, deep yellow, and dark green veggies and onions had fewer colorectal tumors. But that one didn't specifically look at garlic by itself. Anyway, based on all this, health organizations say having around 2 to 5 grams, 1 clove, of fresh garlic every day can help you take advantage of the health benefits.